I love a theater experience where at some point I belly laugh and at some point I get real choked up.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Zach Stoltz. I'm the artistic director here at Woodstock Arts, but for Every Brilliant Thing, I am playing the narrator.
I'm Laura Hackman, and I'm the director for Every Brilliant Thing. I'm a director and an intimacy director and a educator. I teach at Georgia State right now.
When I was first interviewing for this job as artistic director, the board asked me to pitch them a show, and this is the show that I pitched them in my interview as like a practice round of what is it like when Zach sells a show to somebody. And I just knew that I really wanted to produce it. I wanted to see it happen. I want this show to reach as many people as possible because of how hopeful and tremendous the messaging behind the story can be, while still being very conscious of the heavier topics at hand.
It's really the story of a person whose mother attempts suicide and it eventually commits suicide. And when she first attempts suicide, he's 7 years old. And so the way he deals with it is by beginning a list of every brilliant thing about being alive. And at 7, that starts with ice cream, which it still starts with ice cream, actually. Yeah. Mid-50s still starts with ice cream. And how that list and how his brilliant things change throughout his life. And then dealing with some of his own mental health challenges and how that impacts him.
For me, my first time encountering this script was in New York when my partner and I went up for our graduating showcase, and we went to the drama bookshop and spent too much money buying as many scripts as we could. And we're back in the hotel, and when she finished reading it, she tapped me on the shoulder, interrupted whatever I was reading, and she was like, "Hey, this is for you." I was like, "Oh, okay." And so I finished my script, and then I read Every Brilliant Thing 3 times that night. As a survivor of a suicide attempt when I was 16, as someone who has a kind of fractured relationship with their family, and as someone who makes a very deliberate choice of being hopeful every day, and trying to instill that in other people, the script really resonated with me on that point.
This show is very unique for the audience because it asks the audience to participate. And that was something that really drew me to the show and something that I was really interested in exploring. The question was, how do we have an interactive audience show that allows the audience to make the choice whether or not they want to interact? And we spent a while chatting about that, about figuring out how audience could choose and change their mind, because you can change your mind about consent. So audience members are going to be given a lanyard with a little red card on one side and a green card on the other side, and they will get to choose throughout the show. Green card, Zach can call on me. Red card, Zach will not call on me. I think if I were an audience member coming into the show, I would probably start out with a red card because it makes me nervous to have to participate like that. Mm-hmm. And I think after I saw some of the participation, I think I'd probably switch it to a green card because I'd want to play too. Just because it's fun and Zach makes it feel very, very safe.
Hey everyone, please come see Every Brilliant Thing. I look forward to seeing you here and maybe having you play my dad.
Or his love interest.
Or my love interest.
Or his veterinarian.
Or peacefully enjoying the show and being unbothered by me.
And you can make that choice.